An AP survey says that U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has secured the support of enough Democratic delegates to become her party's presidential nominee in the November election. The quick rallying behind Ms. Harris marks an attempt by the party to put weeks of drama over U.S. President Joe Biden's political future behind them. The Harris campaign even set a new 24-hour record for presidential donations. Gene Craig, a former Republican campaigner who is supporting Ms. Harris, explained the significance of the fundraising surge.
Well, look, I think Vice President Harris, soon to be President Harris, taking over the top of the ticket is a game-changing moment for American history, for the world, for American politics. The thing is this, right? She's always had the grassroots support. People that are paying attention in 2020, she had 20,000 people at her kickoff event for president. She was a prolific fundraiser. She just, exited the race before a single vote was cast in 2020. The thing is this, the American people have had the last 3.5 years to see her perform as vice president. She brings a new energy. Now, the thing that I'm hearing, even as a Republican and supporting her from Democrats, right, is that they're saying this is very reminiscent of the energy they felt around Barack Obama. Just to put things into perspective, on yesterday was Monday, on Sunday, right after she announced, she had 44,000 Black women come together for about a 5-hour Zoom call in which $1.5 million was raised. And then yesterday, you had about 100,000 Black men come together on the Zoom call in which another half, $1.5 million were raised. So, the grassroots energy is there. People are excited that she'll be able to take the fight to Trump that, maybe, that at this point Joe Biden may not have been able to. And Trump and Team Trump and the Republicans should be terrified at Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket because the race has changed dramatically at this point.
And Young Voices contributor JP Villasmil joined us earlier to explain how the Republicans need to rethink their strategy to run against Ms. Harris.
Yeah, so what we've seen in this last year is that running a campaign against Biden is a strategist's dream. You don't really need to fixate on the issues or really need to draw any strong connections between Biden and some other shady figures in the movement. You just point at his face, just point at his words, you just say he's incompetent, he's old. Our guy is strong. He can talk well. Look at how he runs. Look at how he raises his fist. Now the game has changed. Harris is not a fossil. Sorry if that sounds like a little too much, but it's true. She's a relatively young woman in politics. And whatever we think about her personality, she completely changes the game. And Democrats are running a campaign hyper focusing on Project 2025 and how spooky a Trump presidency might be and how radical Trump is. Meanwhile, Trump is trying to moderate himself in the public eye. And while I think Trump is running a very effective, super good campaign this time around with Susie Wiles and Chris Lasavita, I think they could maybe invite other Republicans to be more humble and to depict the threat, the dangers of a Harris presidency with language that is not just incompetency centric. Talk about how she's far left, how she's a radical. Because if the left is constantly talking about how the right is fascistic, and meanwhile the right doesn't punch back in the same way with the same strength, I think Democrats may ultimately win in that regard.